Hello! So for today's vlog, I thought I would share with you some of my best stories about phones that I have broken. I have not broken a phone in a long time, probably because I have a really big OtterBox for my phone right now, but also I like to think that I've matured somewhat. But most of these things happened in high school. One of them happened, two of them happened in college, and so I just thought I would tell you some of the stories because they're pretty good. So my first phone that I ever broke was my very first phone, I think. It was a Samsung flip phone, and I was in 7th grade, and I was going on a trip to Disneyland with the Sacramento Youth Symphony, which I was in. And since it's a private organization and most of the kids' parents are middle class to rich, we decided to fly there. So we were at the airport and I dropped my phone, but not only did I drop it, but it kind of, like, the floor in the airport was so slick that it just went pivoting, just sliding across from like here all the way to probably the other side of my bedroom's worth, far across the airport, and needless to say, it broke badly. The screen didn't work anymore, but I could still make calls. And I think that I lost my first love that way because we were not in communication and he fell in love with someone else. My arm's getting tired. So the next phone that I broke, this was possibly one of the worst ones. I had another cute flip phone, slightly more modern. It was silver and black. And I was going to school. I used to take the bus to school every day in high school, and the bus stop was directly on the other side of the corner that I would walk up from my apartment, and then the light was like way far down. And since I'm bad at mornings and I was a teenager, I was always late, so of course I was going to jaywalk and not go to the crosswalk. So I would always, but I was not one of those jaywalkers who walks really slow and waits for everyone else to wait for them. I would run. And so one day I was pretty late, and I was late enough that when I was on the other side of the street I saw the bus coming, and so I ran across the street to jump on the bus, got on the bus, and then I was sitting down and I was like, damn, I forgot my phone. And so the whole day I was like, oh, I can't believe I forgot my phone, this sucks so bad. And so then when I got home I was all excited to get my phone out, but it wasn't in my room anywhere, and I was like, where's my phone? And so I decided to retrace my steps from the morning. So I walked all the way through the apartment complex, down the street, turned the corner, and I was about to jaywalk across the street to the bus stop when I looked out into the road and just saw 1,000 pieces of shattered silver out in the middle of the turn lane. And since I got directly on the bus, I'm pretty sure that that bus probably ran over my phone. It was not so good. The next one was the first day of school. I think it was my sophomore year, and I had a pink Motorola Razr. And, oh no, it wasn't pink, it was blue. This was the blue one. So like the first week of school, I would try to actually bring lunches and stuff, and that degraded into me just not eating ever. And so the day before the first day of school, I went to Lebu with my grandma, and I had a Chinese chicken salad. And I had a lot of it, so I took the leftovers home and I decided to take it for lunch the next day. But instead of putting it in like a nicely sealed container from there, I just brought it in the takeout box in my backpack. And before I even got to lunch, all the juice from the Chinese chicken salad leaked out and leaked into the battery compartment of my Razr and just fried everything. So that was that one. Well, my phone ran out of space and I'm too lazy to make room on it, so we're switching over to the laptop for the next story. So, I was at a marching band competition my senior year of high school, and we had just finished our field show in the rain victoriously. We were all pumped and proud about it, and then my friend and I went to the bathroom, and I had my phone in my back pocket, and I didn't even notice it fall out, honestly. I went to the bathroom and I stood up to, do the thing, and I looked down and there was something in the toilet, just like a black square. And I stood there, stared at it for a minute, and then I was like, oh my god, it's my phone. I I had to reach into my own pee to pull the phone out. That was something I'll never forget. Washed myself and the phone off, and made the mistake of pushing some buttons before it got into rice, so the whole thing just shorted out, and that was the end of that phone. The next one was my freshman year of college, or like the summer after my freshman year of college. It was late at night, and I went out to the kitchen to make some top ramen. Made the top ramen, and I needed to carry the bowl with both hands because it was really hot. But I had my phone with me, and I didn't have pockets because I was in my pajamas. So I just put my phone like under my chin like that, and I was just carrying the soup. And I took it to my room and set it down. And as I was setting the soup down, I just moved my chin a little bit, and the phone just slid out and landed in the top ramen. So, yeah. And that phone actually continued to live for a while, but it's like the sodium in the ramen, I think, gradually corroded the antenna until I just never had service anywhere, and so that had to go. So yeah, those are my worst broken phone stories. I'm crossing my fingers that nothing bad happens to this one, but it's got a pretty secure case, which has saved me many times already. I'm going to pretend that I'm a real YouTuber here. Comment below with your worst broken phone story. And I hope you have a great day. Goodbye!